Okay, so now you've done all this work to apply the rule, and you've got these events and rental amounts and all the paperwork. Okay, but your CPA doesn't know any of this.
How do you communicate with them? Well, you really don't. The app does it all for you.
In the old way, you'd have to gather everything up, make sure you had each of your events, all your check stubs, substantiating documentation, put it in a giant folder and cart it over to your CPA's office. Or maybe if you're advanced, you'd scan it and email it to them. The app is even better than that. It's already all there. It's already stored. When you click one button, it sends the entire packet to your CPA. Not only do they have all the substantiating documentation, but they have the ability to reference it at any time themselves. And on top of that, they have complete instructions on how to file properly.
When your business pays rent, it's expected to issue a 1099 to those receiving the rent. So your business will issue you, per our instructions to the CPA, a 1099, because that's what the IRS expects to see. And when you give the nice bureaucrats what they expect to see, they're less likely to dig. When they get what they don't expect to see, they start asking questions. So give the friendly bureaucrat what they expect to see, the 1099. We also want consistency. This is a business deduction. We're treating it the way we would treat any other business deduction. We're sending a 1099. But wait, won't that cause Skynet to look more closely at you? Unlikely. You could get a letter. We've seen a few of those, and we've successfully dealt with all of them in short order. So what happens? On Schedule E of your Form 1040, you're going to report rental income. Why? Skynet expects to see the income. So if you don't put it there, the IRS computer may flag you for audit or a letter. We want to avoid that. We want them to see the income. That's why we're reporting it on Schedule E and instructing your CPA to do that. You don't have to do that. We take care of that. Then there's an offsetting deduction of exactly the same amount of rent, and it refers to the Augusta Rule and to Code Section 280 Cap A G2 and why you don't actually owe any tax on that particular amount. So we satisfy Skynet, and there's a small note on the return, because should Skynet be triggered anyway, perhaps over something, then we want an explanation. What happens is, if Skynet's triggered, let's say for some other reason it flags your return and decides, hey, sorry, but you're getting an audit. Normally a human or an IRS agent looks at the return, and when we put a note on the return explaining why we did what we did, the odds of an audit go down. I've actually spoken to agents, both current and retired, who have confirmed that if there's a good note on the return explaining why a thing that looked strange to Skynet actually makes sense, they will often put aside the return and undo the flag that Skynet put on it, meaning no audit. So in summary, we automatically get the accountant the information they need, the data, but we also explain to them what to do and why this approach is the superior approach, taking into account the nature of both Skynet and the agents behind Skynet.